Hey, good morning.
Good morning. So how are you?
Good. It's been a busyish week and good. No complaints.
So to start with, please tell me your name, what you do, and how you identify yourself.
Wow. Okay. So my name is Nicolle Kopping-Pavars, and I am a success coach. I am also a certified mindfulness instructor, and I I believe in the potential that exists in every human being and drawing out their innate wisdom and showing them how they can live a life of ease and peace just by connecting with their inner self.
Lovely. I love that. One of the best answers I've ever received, short and very, very clear. So that's amazing. So Nicole, how were you feeling and where was your business and where were you in your life before we started working together?
Such a great question. So I had been doing what I've been doing for about um, 18 months, maybe just under 18 months before I met you. And I was doing everything right. I had a great website. I um, had a newsletter. I had a few, like there was, according to the books, I was doing everything right. I had an online program. So I was doing everything right, and yet nothing was happening. And I knew that uh, I had to get guidance, because if I was doing everything right and nothing was happening, then I had to have been doing something wrong, or I was at a point where I needed to move out of my comfort zone and get a different perspective and get guidance. So that's when I started working with you, and um, there was so much that I didn't know, and it wasn't that I was doing anything wrong. It was that my mindset and my understanding of um, business needed to shift. There were um, things in my mind that I didn't know. I had been a practicing lawyer with a successful practice, and I never really was an entrepreneur. I never really was in business. I never had to do anything because people came to me, and so it was such a learning curve. So for me, it was just meeting you, um, just giving me a different mindset, giving me the tools, giving me um, information and um, an education um, that was just so transformational and mind shifting. And you you never pushed to a degree that was uncomfortable, but you pushed to a degree that made it um, wanting to learn and wanting to change and wanting to improve and evolve. And because of you, I created packages that I had never done before. The thought of doing things in blocks was not something that I ever felt comfortable with. And I think the biggest thing is how you've just taught me it's just numbers with a dollar sign in front of it. You don't have to be uncomfortable, because that was my story. I always put myself in other people's head, assuming they thought the same way about my difficult relationship with money. And that was a huge, big mind shift for me, and breakdown of a pattern that wasn't working.
In life, nothing changes, not even your external environment. Nothing changes, it's just your perspective. As you keep going to the next levels, all that changes is your perspective and nothing else. So that was beautiful. So, what were your biggest challenges? Like, what were you finding most difficult before we work together?
Lead generation, I think I found most difficult. My biggest challenge was just being scared to ask people for money. I think that was my biggest challenge, and thinking if I did something for free, they would see the value and then they would come back for more and they would pay. And realizing that that's just not how it's done. If you keep giving it for free, well, they might, why would they pay you suddenly? You know, so it was really, my biggest value was really, I always thought that I valued myself, and I always thought that I had a huge amount of self-respect and self-esteem, but realizing that I kept giving stuff away for free in the hopes that somebody would take it really was not valuing myself at all. And so I think that really is, as much as I didn't think that was a lesson that I needed to learn, I actually think that was the biggest learn. That was my biggest challenge, not valuing myself and my product and my services and my expertise, and sort of giving it away for free desperately. And I don't need to be desperate.
You don't need to be, certainly. Um, and that's a beautiful perspective, because when you leave that need behind, that's when everything starts happening.
Yeah.
And so since this was your biggest challenge regarding the relationship with money and the money mindset, basically, what did you learn, or if you had a specific breakthrough during our time, or any specific changes that you made that were completely transformational?
Um, I don't know. I think evolving and changing a money mindset is pretty phenomenal and transformational. I'm still, working on my leads situation. So I think once I've actually developed that, because that's what we were working on a lot, and so I haven't yet put it into practice, but I've been going through and working hard on finding the right leads. So I think once I actually start doing the work that you've given me, and the platform that you've given me, and the foundation that you've given me, and the tools that you've given me, once I actually start generating that, I think that will be hugely transformational, and the beginning of the beginning of the end of what wasn't to what's going to be.
Exactly, I love that. Yeah, consistent efforts over a time always provides you massive results, as long as it is consistent, of course. Um, and so this leads us to our next question, which is very specific. So, what benefits or results did you experience?
Um, Well, the benefit, as I said, was creating these packages and having your guidance, a different lens, and an objective lens to look at them from a business perspective, as well as how would somebody looking for what I'm giving, how would they look at it. So always the benefit of having you always as my supporter and shift changer and objectivity viewer was always fantastic. And then when I did the one package and I got a client from it, um, it was that was just so thrilling and exciting. So doing that package, not being scared to say this is a big amount of money in one lump sum, here it is, and someone saying, oh, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. it was huge.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just our own belief that keeps us from charging more. Um, People are willing to pay the amounts as long as they see the value. And once you accept your own value, once you accept that yes, I'm worth more, then it shines through you, and then you attract the same type of people who would not say, hey, it's too expensive, but hey, yeah, here's my details. Now, how has this all impacted your life? Like, aside from business, how this?
I'm It's taken time, but I'm more positive about the future. I'm more positive. I'm really in a different. I really choose now. It's as though I every day I stand in the doorway of I can step backwards into what was, I could step forward into what is and what's going to be. And so really knowing that I have the choice. It's literally a doorway and I can choose which direction I want to go in. So having this positivity mindset, believing in the future that I want to live in and seeing it and really shining from the inside out as to who I am, what I am, where I'm going to be, the good that I'm going to do in the world, the lives that I'm going to change, the impact that I'm going to make. That's the door that I want to step through every single day. And I have a choice because I've got the door behind me that I've lived and I didn't particularly like it. So it's my choice. So every day, waking up and going, I'm in the middle of this doorway, I can go in this room or that room. And that really it is about not just the positivity mindset, it's about really believing and feeling that future of what I've been creating. And now having the tools to believe in that future and to live that future in the present, um, is what I was missing because I never had those tools before. So it
I
sort
love
of,
that.
yeah,
Living in it right now, awesome. And not just being positive, but feeling it and living in it right now, absolutely fantastic. So, since we covered a lot of energy work, a lot of time management work, like how you manage your energy, how you manage your time, where you are giving your precious time, where you are spending it, um, a lot about how to manage life in general. Has this also affected your relationship with your family, or like the personal life, general generally what you do in a day in and day out?
yeah. I mean, I think when you have a more positive mindset and you're not living in a funk, it definitely I'm a wife, I'm a mum, I'm a daughter-in-law. So my mother-in-law always says to me, I'm the locomotive of the steam engine. I'm the one that keeps everybody going. So, if you've got no steam and if your energy is, I think that's the one thing you taught me as well is um, where you put your energy matters. If you're not getting any return on the investment of the energy that you're putting in, then what's the point? Unless it's something very important to you, volunteering or, but then it has to give you some kind of self-fulfillment. And I was putting a lot of energy in stuff that I didn't need to put my energy. So now I'm 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 very circumspect over who, where, and what I want to give my energy to. And yeah, I had noticed a difference with my family. Going to my boys' soccer games. I mean, two of my boys are in their 20s, but um, they still enjoy having their parents at a game. In fact, my son just showed me a message the other day from a friend of his saying, your mom was cheering me on to the final goal. She's such a nice lady. So knowing that I was there, that was the time and the energy that I had given. And other people had noticed that, and felt that joy and that love and that compassion. Uh, my son showing me that,
Exactly.
was like really beautiful, and his response going, yeah, I know, she's the best, so sharing that with his friends, his 21-year-old friends, so that was good energy.
That was phenomenal. I love that. Whether they won or not, not of interest, but what matters was you were there for that, and that's that matters. Um, After all, that's what matters at the end. Amazing, amazing. Now, well, I love that. I love the impact you have made. It has made on your personal relationships with your kids and with your family. What would you say to someone considering to work with me, um, but maybe they are not sure, or maybe they are thinking if it's really worth the investment, a four-figure, five-figure, six-figure investment, or maybe they have doubt, or again thinking if it's worth the money or if it's worth your time.
um I would say to them, like, have no doubt. um I would say looks can be deceiving sometimes. You look young, how much could you know? But oh my gosh, the wisdom that you have and the knowledge that you have and the generosity of heart and spirit that you have. I don't know if people who have wrinkles and glasses can give that same thing. So I think, sometimes just when you think, oh, I'm not sure he's getting it, because you're very slow and steady in your speech. You don't just jump in, you don't suddenly just talk. There's always um, some discernment and thoughtfulness before you respond. So in that gap of silence, like, did he get me? They're not sure. Bam, you come out with like just such wonderful jewels and tools. And I'm like I'm so grateful and appreciative that I took a risk, and it was not even a risk. Um, it was a fantastic investment of time and money.
That fills my heart, Nicole. That fills my heart with joy. Amazing, amazing. Wow. Absolutely. And another reason behind this is also your own commitment. When you pat on yourself, you really are telling the universe, "Hey, I believe in myself." And my last question to you would be, in what time frame did you get the results? And here we are not only talking about financial results, but when you had your first breakthrough, in what time frame did you get it?
Um, you know, it was almost within our first session together that I took the tools that you gave me and started applying them. I think, like you said, um, it's how much it's a you can't force me to change. You can't force anybody to change. You can give somebody the key, but if they're not going to put it in the door, turn it and unlock the door and then open the door, there's nothing more that you can do. So I was committed to it, and I think as a result of that, there was not one week that went by that I didn't take what you've given me and work on it and think about it. And some of the things you may have said in the first time together, but the effect of it only happened 4 weeks later. When there was I had to go back to my notes and look at something and, oh, I didn't do that, or I didn't think about that. So I can't say, oh, this week I learned this and this week I learned this. I think it was just doing what you told me to do, putting the work in myself. And I still go back and look at the notes, and you know, and sometimes it's just a shift of perspective. I did it this way, it worked. Maybe there's something I can enhance with the way that I do it. So I can't say, oh, the breakthrough happened then, because some things the breakthrough happened within a week, and some things the breakthrough happened 5 weeks later, but it was as a result of the first week. You know, I don't think
Continuous growth it was.
yeah, I think it's such an evolutionary process. I don't think it's linear. I think it's zigzag backwards and forwards, and you know, it might look complicated sometimes, but um, when you get to the end result and you see a result, it's going, oh, okay, no, that makes sense. That's why I had to go 17 steps backwards before I had to get to where I was. And you know what? It is going, it's not even sometimes going 17 steps backwards, it's going 30 years backwards to a pattern that was stopping something from
Yeah,
happening.
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, those beliefs are become the core part of our values in our system that we really have to go back and then fix it out. And that's the only way. Absolutely. And this is why I keep these notes and a very phenomenal system of recording. So that's amazing. Anything else you would like to say to
I'm just
wrap
very
this up?
grateful to you, and I think um, you know, we'll be speaking to each other again and working together again. And uh, I know what you've taught me is just a fraction of what there is for me and what you have to share. So I'm very grateful to you.
That's lovely, Nicole. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the lovely feedback. Perfect. Perfect. And if you need anything, you know where to contact me. I've got my email, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and I don't have any platforms, so you can always contact me. Sure. So let me know if you need anything, and I am here for you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much. Speak
All right,
soon.
bye.